a year ago. And it's been a great learning experience. Actually, Tanya Love was one of the people that encouraged me to do it and step into it. I'm like, what is this? Like, I don't know what I'm doing, but let's do it. And the Central Committee is pretty much like an executive board for the Democratic Party here in Alameda County. And so we endorse other electeds like Latifah Simon, Barbara Lee, also city council members like Carol Fife. But also what's important is the legislation that passes through, that impacts all of us. And a lot of times our anger is misdirected when we are looking at city officials, and some of this stuff needs to be accountable to the county, right? As many of you know, my mom has dementia, unfortunately. And navigating through Alameda County Health Services, senior services, I realized there's a lot of inequities. I'm a queer Black person. I don't have any kids. But one thing is for certain, we all are going to get old, right? We're all going to age, God willing, as they say, right? And we need to make sure that there's things in place for when we are older, right? It's the state's responsibility to take care of us, especially for those of us, all of us, who work and pay taxes, right? Regardless of what your income is. That's what's supposed to be the outcome, is having some type of security. And so I'm like, okay, there's no security here for older people. I'm looking at the conditions of my city with houses folks. The majority of them are Black people over 55, right? We also are experiencing mass evictions in Alameda County, and that same age and demographic group is being impacted. And so I'm not going to sit here and talk about public safety right now, because we all know about that shit, right? We all know about that. The conversations I want to have is, how did we get here, right? How did we get here? Because this wasn't an overnight thing.
That's right.
And what it's going to take is for each and every one of us to get active. Not just myself or other people who are in an office. There's actually limited power, in that. The power comes from the people and the support of the people, right? So I am doing this to encourage you all to come along and step up, right? I chair the City of Oakland Cannabis Commission, and I learned a lot from there, but I want you all to join commissions. My DJ friends, we got an Arts and Entertainment Commission. We need y'all up on there, right?
Yeah.
We have people, here in philanthropy. We have people joining boards that are not from here, that's joining because of corporate interests, right? We need you to join our planning and zoning commissions. We got people from transportation sectors and real estate joining these, but not for prioritizations of community.
That's right.
Right? We want to be healed and we want to be housed. The same issues that people talking about on Fox News are not the same issues we're talking about in this room. I want to cross the street with the safety of not being ran over, right? I want to know that my mama can go outside and walk the street without being ran over, right? I don't have the same issues that people in the hills and certain people have, although their issues are no less important, right? But they should not be the only ones that are voiced when stuff is coming up.
That's right.
And so I love Oakland. I love Alameda County. I've actually lived in all three cities that I will be representing. I still live in Oakland. I lived in Emeryville. My aunt was one of the first Black homeowners in Emeryville and was exploited and lost her home and was stolen, right? When my family and majority of Black Oaklanders came here, they came through Alameda first before they came to Oakland, right? And set roots there. So we're everywhere. We're everywhere. And it's our duty, as they say, right, to step up, to fight, and to win. And we are going to win. But what we need to do is stay vocal. Anytime somebody is coming at you with some lies and bullshit, shut it down. I'm going to share a story. Two things happened to me today, right?
Yeah, share the story.
One of my neighbors, I see her all the time. A week ago, I was walking my dog and I was like, hey sis, I'm running for office. Just want to let you know. She's like, I don't vote. I ain't doing none of that. I'm out. And I was like, all right, have a good one. I'll see you later. When people tell me that they don't vote, I do two things. Either, that's your opinion. Some opinions you can't change for people's pain, right? But also, you can also let people know that they can change where they live. A lot of people have lost the faith in our federal government, right? But we also have to make sure we take care of where you are, right? And so I saw her today. I was walking my dog and she was driving, and she was like, I need to pull over, I gotta talk to you. So I pulled over, and she was like, I want to apologize. She said, I got my ballot, and I threw it in the trash. And right after I threw it in the trash, I felt the spirit of my grandmother tell me to take it out of the garbage. Wow. And she's like, I'm so embarrassed because although I don't have faith in the election, she's like, I have faith in you. And so whatever I have to do, let me know how I need to go. And I'm going to do that. And I was like, thank you. Because we talk all the time. I know where her heart is. But she's mad. Yeah. She's frustrated because we are not being heard. Yeah. We're not being heard around anything. We are asking for peace and ceasefire. We're not being heard about that. We're asking for shelter and housing and protection. We ain't being heard about that. So why would you vote? Yes. Right? Why would you vote? We need some type of hope. Second thing that happened. I was at the store. I was leaving the store. This brother drove up in the car as I was about to leave. And he was like, hey, can you sign this recall? Oh, no. And I was like, are you serious? It was like, at first I was like, is this somebody I know trying to play with me? And it was like, yeah. I said, why would I do that? I said, don't you know that that petition is actually working against you? Right? It's working to create mass incarceration policies for people that look like you and me. So I'm not signing it, and you shouldn't be circulating. But I also know that these people who are funding recalls, because there's multiple happening, right? Who are funding recalls, they contract corporations that hire poor people, right? And so I talked to him for a minute, and he's like, you look like you famous or somebody. I said, well, actually, I'm running for office on the slate with the person that you're trying to recall.
Okay. Socialize.
And he's like, seriously? I said, seriously. I said, we don't do that around here. I said, where are you from? He's like, I'm from LA. I've been here a couple of months. I said, exactly. I said, you need a job. Yeah. That's why I said, I'm not going to knock you for trying to provide for yourself. But I said, there are other options. I said, if you're looking for some work or something, I know people, hit me up. Right? We got to talk to our people and be honest. Right? We ain't going to reach everybody. But a lot of times, people think that they're doing something right. But they're being exploited. But if somebody that looks like me say, hey, that ain't it right there, they might listen. They might listen. I'm just going to end with, like, I know what the outcome is going to be. I'm going to win. But that's not the important part. The important part, what we need, not just myself, folks like Tanya, Carol, and Latifah, hold us accountable, of course, but stay with us. You have to stay. It's just not getting your people in the office across the finish line. This is a marathon. Yeah. And all of y'all coming along. Yeah. Right? Yeah. All of y'all are coming along. Let's go. Because right now, what we are seeing, they're already coming for her. They come for her every day. They eventually will come for us too. Right? In the forms of recall, slander, or hiring, contracted companies to do smear ad campaigns online. Yeah. What we need for folks to do is show up in the rooms.
Right.
Right? I've been going to city council meetings for decades. As boring as they can be, that's where you're getting the first-hand information. And that's where your people are going to listen to you. Right? That's where they're going to listen to you. I would not, even before I joined the commission, I was able to get shit passed because I was present in their ear all the time. Amber was present in their ear all the time, right? And you don't have to sit on the board, but this is your city and it's your responsibility to be present. And it's our responsibility not for people to paint these false narratives of Oakland. Right? We have to protect each other. We have to protect our city. We have to protect our county. I want to thank every single person who is here. I love y'all. Y'all see me. I see you. We're in this together, and it's only up from here. That's right. It's only up from here. Hey.